Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
Hi everyone, so today we'll be taking a look at salary disparities here in South Africa. Now, studies have shown that South Africa's top jobs are still heavily skewed in favor of whites, where only 15.8% of these jobs are held by black South Africans. And this 3 decades after apartheid. Now, let's take a look at a video that a gentleman posted on TikTok, also breaking down salaries in South Africa.
The average rent in South Africa is about 8,000 Rand per month, while the average salary for a black South African is less than 7,000 Rand per month. And in case you didn't see that, white people earn more than 3 times that amount. And because the patriarchy never likes to be left behind, females earn about 30% less than males. So you're not struggling because you don't work hard. You're struggling because you're being underpaid. Now, if you combine this with the fact that about 67% of all top management positions are held by white South Africans, and around 72% of all land is owned by white South Africans, you can see who's doing the underpaying. We keep thinking that poverty is some kind of happening that occurs naturally. It's not. It's intentional. What you really need to do is look at your manager and ask them, will you accept the salary I'm being paid? Can you survive on what I'm being paid? And most times the answer is no. So the question is, how is a black South African expected to survive on 8,000 Rand per month?
Now, the annual income per capita of a black South African is 34,477 Rand, whereas the annual income per capita of a white South African is 226,161 Rand. Now, data that has been made available from CNN also showed that white South Africans were earning nearly 3 times the average wage made by black South Africans, who make up the majority of the workforce population. Now, there are many factors that add to these disparities, and one of the main factors is education. So, we all know when applying to a job, you have to say, or you have to state where you have studied, your experience, your education, and what you have obtained. Now, education is very layered because it's not only about what you studied, they also look at where you have studied and where you have completed your education. Now, the difference in quality of education is unfortunately distinguished by race in this country, which at its root cause lies the history of apartheid. And unfortunately, the quality of education will have an adverse effect on the level of education completed. Now, this is just one of the elements that contribute to an overall inequality problem here in South Africa. Another element is unemployment, and another one is the accessibility to quality education. Now, taking a look at some stats, with blacks being on the lower end of the spectrum in terms of labor earnings, having the highest levels of unemployment amongst all other racial groups, and again being on the lowest end of the spectrum in terms of access to quality education and the level of education completed, black people are shown to be the poorest in the South African society, and that overall inequality is steadily rising. So inequality is still rising today, and taking a look at data that was captured in 2020, it shows that at top management, 64.7% of the population was white and 15.8% was black. Now, taking a look at what was said by Kabindi, who chaired the Special Commission studying the employment trends, said that whites are highly overrepresented, and this continues to follow the pattern created by apartheid policies. Then, in response to that, Labour Minister Thulas Nxesi also said that this situation was unacceptable and it's a wake-up call that we have to respond to urgently. He also goes on to say, we might have political power, but there is no economic power. we still remain a very unequal society, particularly in the upper echelons of our economy. So what are your thoughts? Yes, there are many things that add to salary disparities, but race still being a factor. Not having access to the same quality of education as the next race. That is not fair at all. And we would like to hear your thoughts. So drop your comments.